Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. My name is Patty and this is Relatively Refined. In today's video, we will be making a frittata using leftover Easter ham. We will create a small tabletop arrangement using what is left of my Easter flower bouquet. I will share some lovely solar eclipse photos, and I will share some thrifted items for spring with you. If all that sounds good, let's get started. One of the best ways that I know how to use up leftover ham is to make a frittata. So a frittata is like a crustless quiche. So it's just simply eggs, and it's almost like an omelet that you don't scramble. So it's one of my favorite things to do. What you saw me do is I'm preheating the oven to 350, and I'm using my cast iron skillet, which is going to go right in while the oven is preheating. So the pan will get hot and the oven will heat at the same time. And in the meantime, we can go ahead and make the frittata. Here is a quick look at the ingredients I gathered, including the ham that I just diced up. So what I have are 6 eggs here. And again, it's just like you're making an omelet. So I'm just gonna eggs in. And we had a spiral ham for Easter. And so I have just cut up about 2 cups of that ham. I have diced it up into pieces. And the rest of it, the rest of the leftover ham, I popped in the freezer. So I can use it later to make another frittata. I can make a soup. There's all kinds of things you can do, but I knew that it was way more than I could use at this point, so I just popped it in the freezer. I kept out a few slices because my husband likes a ham sandwich, but I knew that we certainly were not going to eat all that was left. Okay, so there are the 6 eggs. The shells will go into the compost. And to that, I'm adding 1/4 of a cup of heavy cream. I'm actually going to break these shells a little bit and give it a stir. And you're going to use about, well, let's see, this is about 2 cups of ham, like I said, cut into small bites. The spiral ham is great because it's really easy to cut into, small pieces since it's already thinly sliced. I'm just going to mix this up. I always feel like there's leftover cream in the bottom that I don't want to waste. Is that? So I'm probably gonna have to switch to a spoon. I also have an onion. This is 1 onion. This is not that finely chopped. I may have to re-chop it a little bit, but it was like I chopped an onion and then I couldn't use it, so I ended up freezing it, but I don't think I'm going to use it all. I'm going to use about half of that. And then I'm going to stir in my ham. Got about a cup of shredded cheese. This is a mixture of cheddar and Monterey Jack. And then about 1 clove of minced garlic. I'm going to go get a spoon. Just give this a stir. Really just to combine. The eggs have already been beaten, so now I'm just combining everything. And then I'm just going to season with salt and pepper. And I'm going to go pretty light on the salt because there is ham in here and there is cheese. So I really don't need much salt, but I will use quite a bit of pepper. And just a little bit of salt and a little more pepper. Give it a stir. And that is it. So when the oven is preheated, I'm just going to pour this into the pan. Actually, before I pour it in, I'm going to coat it with a little bit of oil. I have coconut oil, excuse me, not coconut oil, avocado oil. And then I'm going to pour this in and I will bake it off. I'm just adding some avocado oil to the already heated cast iron skillet. And then I'm just pouring in the frittata batter. Obviously getting every last drop. And I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for 30 minutes. We'll come back and check on it after that. All right, I just popped that in for 30 minutes at a 350-degree oven. And I'm going to clean up the kitchen and we'll get ready for the next project. I mentioned earlier that Vermont has mandatory composting, and we do have a sealed bucket pail that gets picked up weekly with our trash and recycling. But this time of year, certain food items like eggshells, banana peels, and other things, I do just sprinkle directly onto the garden once in a while. And while we're here, let's take a look and see what's happening. We've had a pretty good bout of spring weather, and you can see some chives coming up. And these tulips are looking pretty good. They are making great headway, but I am noticing that my beds need some work. I really need to rake them out. And I will add some soil and compost because they do settle every year. You can see there is a banana peel that I tossed on there earlier. There's some coffee grounds. There's just a few things every now and then I will toss directly onto the garden beds. And these are some strawberries that I just wintered in this bucket right here. And once I clean it out, I'm hoping that we'll have strawberries again. So one thing I want to get done today is I have these beautiful flowers that I had for Easter that I have been changing the water and trimming, and there's a few that are definitely need to go, but I thought it would be a good idea to rearrange these into a different vessel. And this is what I'm going to use. This is a flower box. I thrifted this, my goodness, years ago, and I absolutely love it. It has this gorgeous teal color and these pink roses on it and gold accents. And it's about, I think it's about a 5-inch square. It is super dirty, so I'm going to clean it out. I don't know what I had. I think I just plunked maybe a little plant in there. But my plan is I've got some oasis or some floral foam. I'm just going to put it in. I'm going to trim these and just create a nice little small arrangement to have out for spring, and it will allow me to repurpose some of the sturdier flowers from my Easter arrangement. So let's get started on this. I am using just some floral foam that I can't even remember where I purchased, maybe Walmart, and I'm just cutting it to size. That bread knife, by the way, if you are cringing, that is not one I use for actual bread or cooking. That is one that came in a gift set, and I use it for crafting primarily. And you saw me add some water. I'm just going to kind of soak that floral foam. And now I am just going to get busy cutting these right down and arranging them. I think I stuck with purples and yellow. This is a very fun and
easy project, a great way to repurpose flowers. And if I had more small vessels like this, I could have put them in various places around the house because I did have a few leftover flowers. We are preparing for the solar eclipse. We are in the path of totality, and it is very exciting. So this is right before the eclipse is to happen, and my daughter will be home from school, and she is going to enjoy it with me. My husband will be working, but he will be able to get out and view it from his office. So it's very exciting here. We should have, I think, between 3 and 4 minutes of totality. So it is certainly, you can feel the excitement. We are anticipating lots of visitors in our little town and lots of activities. There's going to be bands and all kinds of really fun stuff. I'm not sure I will do it, but I do plan to enjoy it. If I can't get into town to enjoy it, I will certainly be loving it from my back deck. These flowers have certainly lasted quite a while, and I'm anticipating getting at least maybe another week or so out of them, particularly the Astromaria, which I think is a long-lasting flower. I just need to pick off some of the leaves so they are not going to get wet and give them a good clip. I have zero flower arranging skills, talents, or experience, but I really do love to play around with flowers. And these rather sad ones that are over here, I will just put in the compost. I think I found a good spot for this little flower box right in my sitting room on my side table, right next to that beautiful country home magazine with flowers on the cover. And it does brighten this room up. I really, really love this. So keep your eye out at thrift stores or antique shops. Any little vessel like this is perfect for using or repurposing flowers that you need to downsize from a large bouquet to a small one. I happen to like the compact flower arrangements a lot. I think they are very elegant and really can brighten up a room. My 30-minute timer has gone off, and I checked on the frittata and ended up popping it back in for about 5 more minutes so that I could get this nice golden color on the top. Isn't that gorgeous? And it actually comes out of the pan really easily, even though it is egg, which tends to stick. Dinner is served, and now we get ready for tomorrow's eclipse.
When I am filming this video, we are coming off a really lovely stretch of weather. We have had gorgeous sunny spring weather here in northern Vermont. And we are also coming off the heels of the solar eclipse, which was on April 8th. And where I live in the northwest corner of Vermont, we were in the path of totality. But for almost 4 minutes of darkness of totality, it was just mind-blowing and really a special event. So I feel very privileged to have that coming right through my backyard. I literally didn't have to leave. It was a gorgeous day. I sat out with my glasses on and watched the eclipse happen. And then when we got to totality and we could remove the glasses, the experience of this cold, this like still cold air, darkness. My solar lights came on by my pool, and it was amazing. The birds kind of lost their minds. It was just, anyway, I could go on and on. And needless to say, I have been looking at seeds and plants and flowers, and I've got my little garden basket out, and I have hit the store and I'm looking at different seeds, looking at seed catalogs, really just to look at because I don't start too many things directly from seed. But one of the things I really wanted to thrift was a photo album, a small photo album to keep seed packets in. And I was able to find one brand new, and it is going to be perfect. So this is exactly what I was looking for. And I'm showing you this because this may be something that you would like to do. Photo albums are kind of ubiquitous at thrift stores. They are all shapes and sizes, and most of the time they're brand new. This still has the plastic on it. And so they're really easy to pick up. I think this was probably under $1. I'm thinking this was like 50 cents, or it may, I'm trying to remember if this was part of the recent fill a bag sale that I went to where it was $3 to fill a bag, and I saw this and put it in. I cannot remember. And my plan is to keep seeds in this, or use it as some sort of um, a garden planner. So the pages are really just a little bit bigger than the seed packets, and I'm just going to put them in. And here's the thing, you can, and maybe you do this, I definitely do this, is I'll pick up, zinnias are a plant that I grow from seed, and I will sow this directly into my garden bed in May. But I feel like every time I go to the store, I pick up a new packet of seeds because I don't know what I have. I throw them in drawers. They're in my junk drawer. They're in my basket. So I thought this would be a good way to keep them organized. And I can also put in little notes as to when I start them. If you are so inclined to save seeds from previous years, if you dry out your plants and save the seeds and put them in an envelope, this would be a really great way to store them. And then you have them for, the next year. So there's tons of room in this, way more than I'll need. I don't have huge gardens. I have 2 raised beds, and that is it. I pack them full, but I feel like every year I'm sort of trying to remember what went where. So I think this will be a good way to organize my seeds and my notes. I'm going to also go looking through seed catalogs to print or to cut out information, because you want to garden in your specific zone, and you want to make sure that you are planting things that are appropriate for your zone and not setting yourself up for failure. So I do kind of comb through the frame and photo album section of the thrift store, and if you come across one of these, you may want to snag it and use it for seed storage or gardening information.
Another item I have recently thrifted is this beautiful Ann Taylor linen dress. In a recent video, which I will link above, my sister Paula shared a clothing haul that she got in Florida when she was visiting our mom. And Paula is definitely a fashionista. She has such great taste, and she talks a lot about using a capsule wardrobe and really buying classic pieces that will last and that go with a number of different things. So I recently picked up this dress and I thought it really fit the bill. I absolutely love it. It is from a charity thrift store. It was half price. Their dresses are $10, so this was $5. And I absolutely love the cut of it. I love that it has this really nice detailing around the waist. And, my over 50 figure appreciates this cut where it is a little more forgiving on the midsection and bottom area and just flattering. Now, another thing that was interesting about this dress is it had some snaps on the shoulders, on the snaps on the straps, which I think indicated it probably at one point in time it had some kind of a shrug that would snap to it, or maybe a cape or a shawl. I'm not entirely sure. But there was nothing with it at the thrift store. It was just by itself. And I think this will be a lovely dress. It is a nice T-length. It comes to my mid-calf. And I just really thought this was such a classic and lovely piece to add to my summer wardrobe.
I did pick this up recently and I wanted to show it to you, as well as these really cute nude heels. These are a small heel. I don't do great with high heels, but this is about the perfect heel for me. I generally like a block heel. This is not, but it's very easy to walk in. It is from the brand LifeStride, super comfortable, has nice grip. You know, the older we get, the more things like the size of the heel and the grip matter to me. Anyway, at least that's my opinion. So this has a nice grip on both the heel and on the sole. And I know, you probably know this too, that, you know, if you have a nude heel, it can it can create the illusion of longer legs, and I will take that. But, and the shoes, I think were $3. So for $8, what a really gorgeous outfit this would be for dinner, cruise, really a graduation, which was my intent, but that is not to be.
Well, that will do it for today's video. I did want to end on a note of humor. This is mid-April and I am just now taking down our Christmas wreath. I don't think it looks too bad and it's not quite a fire hazard, but I will deconstruct it and put it on the compost pile. But I wanted to share this with you in case some of you still have your Christmas wreaths up. You're not alone. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for spending the day with me today. I sure enjoyed all that we got accomplished and having company while I did it. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please give this video a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye now. And here are a few more relatively refined videos for you to enjoy while you wait for the next upload.